Hi, welcome back to Open Hand Farm. I am Penny, and this has been an extremely busy day. We got a lot accomplished around here, a lot of things that needed to be done, and life just gets busy, and then you end up with one day of a week that you just try to fit everything in. That was today. Mark worked hard, got a lot done. I did a little of this and a little of that and got a lot done. So come along as I show you what we accomplished. I told my friend Kendra that I would send her some mint, coreopsis, and comfrey in exchange for a new buck for our doe. So I'm digging. I got lots of this to dig. I'm digging her up some mint. If you're not familiar with mint, this is why it goes crazy. It has these rhizomes. So does, hold on here. Let me divide these two. So does this Bermuda grass. This is my arch enemy in my garden. It just grows under and comes up all over the place. But mint does, see that? And mint does the same thing. It grows on this long viney thing and it just comes up in shoots all along the ground. Okay, maybe that'll get her started. Well, we'll do a little bit more. Might as well. We got plenty. All right, let me throw this grass out of here while I've got it. Right before it rained, I noticed that it was close to needing to cut the asparagus again. And then it rained. This is what I found this morning. I think I should have cut it the first time before the rain. So another thing that my friend wanted was some coreopsis. So I have a lot of it down here. So I am just going to take up some of these smaller ones, and I've got a smaller one here, but I'm also going to take some up for me to move to other areas because obviously we got this area taken care of. These just keep coming back every year, bigger and bigger. They're lovely to have. They're also known as tickweed. They have these orange flowers that are really pretty. This one I might just have to pull up because it's like a wooden bar here and it's between the rock and the wood. There we go. Maybe? Yeah. Next. Good deal. All right, got that one. Now, let's see if we can get this little bit. I'm just gonna wiggle that out. Okay. There's some smaller ones. Now let's get in here. I'm getting some good roots here, so I'm happy about that. I usually have calendula that comes up over here, lots of it, but I only see one plant this year, so I'm going to move some of this coreopsis over here also. Want to get past my mulch and actually into the soil. And I'll come back and water these in a minute. That's some nice soil under all this mulch. I love it. I'm gonna get a couple more. So apparently comfrey really helps apple trees grow. And I'm really excited because we have apples this year on 3 of these trees. Last year we had 2 apples on 1 of them. Let me show you. So these are some of our Liberty apples. We have different little clusters all over. It's so exciting. And then our other Liberty on the other side also has some. Here we have a pristine, and it has some apples coming up also. So that is so exciting that we're actually going to get some apples this year. So this is the comfrey that I'm going to dig up for my friend. I know it's really big, but she has like 12 acres and she needs some comfrey. So I'm going to dig the whole thing, and then she can break it up and do different things with it. This is not a tool to dig up a comfrey. So let's do it the right way. Well, I don't know if this is going to be a thing or not. I figured out my problem, why I couldn't get my shovel in. I thought, what in the world? But I'm going to go inside this, and I think I'll do better. Oh, yeah. Comfrey has a very large taproot, and I am going to be breaking that, but it'll be fine. It transplants very well. We're making progress. We'll kind of do it in parts. See this root that I had to break? And there's all this new growth coming still. It's beautiful. And there we go. Look at the size of that root. All of these nice, beautiful roots. And my guess is I might still have this plant come back. So I'm not giving up on having comfrey there. But I have it over here and over there. So I'm doing well. So see this fence here? It's old and rustic looking, and we also have one up around the raspberries. They're growing against it. Well, we also had one right here. And
here,
yeah, from there
here,
to there
to here.
to there. But this one rotted out really badly. Like Mark said, we basically have a sharpened pencil look there as opposed to all of this that was in the ground. And there's the last one coming out. It's pretty rotted too. It's been fixed several times, and we debated on whether or not to put a new one in here. This fence would look brand new, and this one would look old, and it would look really bad. So we instead have also replaced our T-frames and wire for our blackberries. So we're gonna use our existing frames that Mark pulled out to put here to put our raspberries on.
Whoso pulleth this hunk of metal out of this ground is the true-born king of this place.
Oh boy, you guys, you should probably work with him all day. It's hilarious. So he's working on leveling it out. These are just temporary posts that he'll take off after he cements it in the ground. Right, honey?
Right, absolutely right.
He's digging new holes for the raspberry trellis and filling the holes that the fence was in. He's brilliant, I tell you.
Lazy.
Oh, he said lazy. I think he's brilliant. Oh, off to another hole. Here are the old blackberry supports cemented into the ground, and going to get wire added. We've got the wire laying here after they dry. That'll be great. Came in and made some homemade pizza for lunch. I mean, you're working hard, you gotta eat, right? It's a sourdough crust. I had to run inside to get something, so while I'm in here, let me show you what I did last night. I up-potted my tomatoes, several of them. You guys, they are not very big at this point. I've seen a lot of people, even Jess on Roots and Refuge has had trouble with her tomato plants getting big, but I really have to tell you though, I think they've grown since last night. So I'm feeling good about this. I'm leaving them under these lights just for one more day, and then I'll move them out to the greenhouse. I've got lots of tomatoes and then some assorted other parsleys and stuff like that. So I did that last night. I still have zinnias and sunflowers to pot up. I have the pots ready to go. I just haven't had time to do them. Okay, let me get what I need and we'll run outside and do some more. So now Mark is digging holes to put the post in to support our blackberries. I cut them all down last year because they did not do well. And we're just kind of starting from fresh, and we got to get the support up though before they start really going crazy. I want to show you while I'm in the food forest, I had to answer a question from Mark. I want to show you our pears. These are Bartlett, and there's probably too many on this little branch, so we'll have to work on that. Then we also have some Asian pears and lots of little Saturn peaches. I don't know if you can see those here and here. We have several of them, and then we have some Belle of Georgia coming on also. These are all white peaches. So I still have some borage that I wanted to plant. If you've watched my other videos, you know that I went ahead and refrigerated my seeds in some wet paper towels. They sprouted, and now I need to plant them. I put some in pots, but I want to go around the yard and find some places that I just want to stick them. So let's do that. Here's what the seeds look like. And I'm just gonna find some spots to put them. I think here by the kale would be some good spots. And even after they grow a little bit, I could move them to another place. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a few in here and let them kind of get established. That way I know where they all are and I can water them all at the same time and not worry about missing some that I put somewhere else. I'll just kind of spread them out. Got some grass growing here, but I'll get in here and clean it out soon. There's too many other things that need to be done today. So, this is the front porch. This is the north side of the house. And about 2 or 3 years ago, we covered up this hill because it was nothing but disaster. And we have been trying to figure out what we could plant there. And let me tell you, it hasn't been easy. But this is what I've decided I'm gonna do today. We have all of these raspberry plants that are coming up in places that we don't really want them to be. I am going to dig up 2 or 3 of these and I'm gonna plant them on the north side of the house. I don't know how they'll do, but I'm gonna try it because I have them. And I'm not gonna be out any money if something happens to them, and I will have more plants next year. If you don't try something, you won't know if it's gonna work. So I'm gonna give it a try. I wanna show you what these are like. They pull out pretty easily when they're small with lots of good roots. The taller ones, not so much. So this is the stage when you want to pull them. Okay, we got about 4 plants. So let's take them over to the hill and see what we can do. So my goal is to plant these close to the grass area because on further down, this hill gets pretty steep and I don't want to have to walk up the hill to pick berries. Now, if they take well, we will probably put a cow panel behind them so that they can grow on it and don't go on up the hill. Of course, they will probably send their little shoots underneath the ground and eventually come up there. We'll just deal with it. But I at least want this front row to have a good, secure place to grow. Now I'm not going all the way up here because this is where my water source is and I don't want to block being able to get there. Okay, now we're gonna do the smaller ones. And I said about a hand's width away and cut an X. Let's go down a little bit further. And I can't quite just push this in the soil because it's a much finer stem. So I'll just kind of make a hole and put it down in there. Good. I want to encourage you to try new and different things. If you don't ever try something new, you don't know if it's going to work or not. I know that raspberries are supposed to have a lot of sun, but we're going to see how much sun, I guess. These are the best raspberries. They grow so well, so that's why I'm being willing to try. All right. Make a hole. This is the one that was kind of broken, so I want to get it deep enough past that break. And support it with the dirt. Hopefully that'll stand up. Okay, we've got one more. Got grass growing through the cloth here. Pull it out. Got some nice roots on this one. Let me see if I can get them in there good. All right. I think we did it. Okay, we'll see how they're gonna do. This is another area of our yard. This isn't our front yard. It is across from our front porch and garden beds. And I just feel like it needs some flowers. It's a really cool thing, but it needs dressed up, I think. So I decided to go ahead and move some of the coreopsis over here as well. There is more shade here, so the coreopsis may not grow as thick, but I think it'll do okay. And again, I do have the black fabric down, so I'm gonna have to cut through it. This is pretty muddy. It's not too bad though. That's some nice soil. I think it'll do fine. Its roots down in there. And tuck them in. Now Mark needs me to come look at the new blackberry supports. Let's go check them out. So here's the new support. It's about, how many feet taller do you think this one is? Foot and a half taller? So that's great. I was running out of room to put all of the blackberry leads as they would come out. So this way I have 3 different levels and much taller. Mark got the 3 supports done. He's got to level them out, set them with cement, and put wire on them. They look beautiful. I don't know if you're like me, but I always look at my chicken run and think that could look prettier. The chickens just don't care that they throw things everywhere and destroy things. They really need to work on that. But until then, I've decided to plant some of my coreopsis in front of the chicken run next to the door. The chickens can eat the coreopsis, so as it grows into their run, they can pick at that part of the flower, but not reach the whole flower. So hopefully we can both benefit from it. I think this might be a turnip from last year. Hi girls. How you doing? Kind of turn this over a little bit. And of course we have my friend, not really, the Bermuda grass growing up through the box. Let's see if I can get that out. Guys, this stuff is terrible. Yes, ladies. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that out. More Bermuda. Okay. I know this looks like it probably could use some more soil, and it might could, but I also know that this is not closed on the bottom, so it will grow its roots through to the ground. So I'm not going to worry about that. Some good soil. Okay. First, let's trim some leaves off that are too long. Those ought to do well. I'm gonna take this big clump off because that'll be hard to keep live. Let me take that big. Okay, let's try that. I'll water it in a minute. Okay, there's the coreopsis. That'll work great. Let's see how they like it. Whoa! Something just scared them. That was weird. Alrighty. They're back. They like it. I'm gonna wait until my agastacia is bigger and some of my borage, and I'll put those there for them. I wanted to show you that we also got the netting put over the cabbages. These are the Chinese cabbages. And that way we don't have to worry about caterpillar eggs. I got my onions planted and they're doing well. These are the Brahmas. I wasn't sure how deep to put them, so I just barely put them in the soil on the top. I did go ahead and put in the hole some bone meal as well as a mycorrhizal inoculant. This is my new garden bed, and it already has weeds in it. Of course it does, you guys. It's a new bed. It's not established. I do not have my wood chips in the walkways yet, and it's gonna have weeds. I'm sorry if you can hear Mark in the distance, but he's got to get that work done and I got to get this video done, so we're just gonna work together. I bought a new hoe to use in my garden beds, so let's put it together and see how it does. Okay, this is called a hula hoe, and I see people use them on YouTube, and I just keep thinking, I wonder how that will do. And it just kind of rocks a little bit, so you just kind of take it back and forth in the soil. This one has a really big, sturdy handle on it, but it is in pieces, so we have to connect them. But that way you can adjust the height that you need. I'm gonna go ahead and do all of it because I'm pretty tall. I think I will probably need it. Okay, let's see here. This one's the top one, of course. So we put this one in and turn until it's tight. And the next one, we put it in and turn until it's tight. And the next one, that's gonna be pretty long, I like it. And turn until it's tight. Okay, there we go. So let's see how this works. Oh my, oh, you guys. But I had no idea, like I was trying to put force into it and kind of chop at it like you would a normal hoe. This just cut it right off. Oh my goodness, let's find some more weeds quickly. I'm having fun. Here's just a few. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is, and just back and forth, and there it is, it's gone. Let's go up here. Here's a little tree, gone. I see some over here. Right here. This is a little bit drier soil. I'm doing this one-handed, you guys. It's so easy. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is gonna save me some back-breaking work, let me tell you. Look who stopped by, it's Sheridan. She has a gift for me.
This is a mini broom, and it's from St. Lucia. It's handmade, and they sell it in the markets. So you can use it for, like if you're picking up, you know, dust. You can use it for dusting, but mostly down there, a lot of the bakeries are stone ovens. So I remember years ago that when the bread would come out of the oven, that they would take them and they would dust the excess flour or dust from the stone oven with it. Almost every home there has one, and they use it for whatever, you know, that they're going to use it for. So
how awesome.
It's a special gift to Penny from one of the viewers.
I'm so excited. I'm definitely going to use it for my bread and for the flour and stuff like that. I love that idea because I do struggle with that. So I am so excited. The first time I use it, I'll have to video so that you can see how I'm doing it. You are so thoughtful. Thank you so very much. This is our rabbit tractor, and it is very secure because we have foxes that go through our yard. She's enjoying that sunshine. She's been in some stacked cages with our buck, but we got a new buck today, so we're gonna put them together and see what happens. Today we went ahead and put a lock and carabiner on this so that wild animals couldn't just lift it up or whatever. So let me show you the inside. She has her food, her water. I love these that you can fill from the outside and just take the lid off, or open this area and fill it. You don't have to take it back and forth. And then she has this quiet little nook. I'm going to close this off right now. She's not gonna like that. This is our new buck, the one in front with the grayish looking. He's a little bit grayer brown. I wish he'd stay in the sunlight so you could see him. And she's like, nope, I'm not gonna do anything. We just got him today from a friend of ours near the Clinton area. And we're hoping that they will mate. He's back in his cage. And here's our other daddy, but he's old. Thanks so much for watching today. It is feeling so good to be able to just go sit down and rest after a long, hard day of so many accomplishments. I know that a lot of you are homesteaders out there, and even if you're not a homesteader, you have days where you just got to get stuff done. So I hope that you have a day this week that you can just push through and get stuff accomplished, because then you get to rest and enjoy the fact that things are done. Until next time, blessings on you and yours.